We were going to do the fuel injectors on the car, but unfortunately all the little pieces didn't come. I got the injectors, but I'm a few short of the injector plastic holders and none of the little O-rings that go in the base of the injector. So I've got to wait another 10 days for the parts to come in. Meanwhile, we're going to get on with it and change the drive shaft couplings. The car is up on stands, so let's go drive shaft coupling changing. Here we go. First off, they say remove the exhaust system. I'm just going to drop it and try that first. Next we undo the heat shield. There's a bit of tin goes up under here. Some look like about 8mm nuts hold it up, so I'll pull that off next. Next we put a jack under the transmission to support it, and then we're going to remove the transmission support under here. You can see the thing just there. Then we remove the transmission mount, which is just there. Got to unbolt the frame underneath it. You'll probably find that you'll have to take off this aluminium heat shield, runs down the side of for the exhaust pipes. I took the one off this side so I can get at the bolts easier. Rightio, now we can get at the nuts on the flex joint. I'm only changing these flex joints because I think the ones that are there are hard as rocks and I have a slight vibration. I have checked out the centre bearing and it's fine, it doesn't have any wear or anything. It runs nicely when I span it. But in any case, I'll undo these ones and carry on. Well, I don't know if you can see this. On the shaft here is a nut. It's a large nut. And you got to let it off 2 turns back this way just to loosen up the shaft a bit. I dropped the centre bearing down, make it a little bit easier. And in the end, yes, as I was saying, in the end, I put a bar and levered the drive shaft back, slid back. And now I'm going to take the donut or the rubber coupling off this end and check it out. Well, here's the coupling, and I'm pleased to say it does have some minor tears in it. There's one here, I don't know if you can see them. Otherwise it sort of makes the whole exercise rather pointless. There's one just here too, it's a little crack down there. If I had 2 hands I'd be able to open them up for you to show the little cracks. Another one over here. Anyway, that's enough to cause the little bit of vibration I'm getting, and that's what it's all about. Besides the fact it's as hard as a rock. It's no flexibility in it whatsoever. Okay, I've just put the new coupling on there and tightened up the bolts just enough to hold it in place, and now I'm going to go down and do the rear end. What I did, I saw which way the old ones were running and put these ones the same. I don't know if it makes any difference or not. There's nothing written about it in the book. I've decided to take the drive shaft out. The end bushes don't look overly that good, so all I've got to do is undo this exhaust pipe mount here, and I'll pull the drive shaft out just to check it out. One thing you've got to make sure of: do not part the drive shaft because they're balanced. Anyway, here we go. Right, here's the drive shaft, and what I'm going to try to do, if I can get them out, these bushes in here, or they go in there. This is a new bush, and it's nice, got the rubber nice there, and they go on the centre pin of the diff and the transmission. And I suppose that one's not too bad, but the one up the other end is quite manky. Anyway, I'm going to try and hammer them out. Well, I'll try twisting them with Stilsons first, and then I'll push in the new ones. And then I can put the drive shaft back on. Okay, it's one end done. You just get your hammers and chisels and whack the shit out of it. And you can see it's manky at the end. Now I'll do the other end. Then I can throw it back on the car. Well, I had a slight mishap. I sheared a bolt off when I was tightening up the centre bearing back again, and I had to get the bloody thread out and go up the road and buy another bolt. Anyway, that's okay, I did that. The tension on the bolts, on the coupling bolts, is 65 Newton meters, and I've just been under there. I've done the front, and I've just got to do the rear, and that's it for today. I'm up to the stage of putting the transmission mount back on. As you can see, this piece is loose that goes onto the actual transmission mount. I'm going to put this on first and line this up so I can put the bolts through. Right, I know the front end of this car doesn't have any play in the ball joints or anything like that, or the bearings, and I've pulled up the steering box, which is probably a little bit too tight, but what I'm going to do now is change the steering damper. I think that might be make the steering a bit more positive. And the steering damper is just the thing here, runs across there, and it's just got 70mm bolts each end, so I'm just going to unbolt it and try it out, see what happens.
I only did the steering damper because the car was up on the stands and there was a good chance to do it. It only takes a minute. The old steering damper wasn't too bad, but after giving it a test drive, everything seems fine, although I seem to have a rattle going on the left hand side of the car somewhere, bit of tin or something, could be behind the dash, but that's another story. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you.